What's going on, traders? Today we are going to be taking a look at the entire market because we have a new weekly open apparently. And as you can see, most of the weeklies have actually closed above the previous all-time highs on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, on total market cap, on total 2, mostly everything basically, signaling a further continuation move to the upside as a whole for the entire market. But we got to dig a little deep to figure out where are the points of invalidation and how can you manage your risks for the coming week. Alright, don't mind me if I sleep because I'm quite under the weather today, and I'll start off with Bitcoin. In fact, let's check out the daily, and we are completely fine. We are trending above the 21 simple moving average, and it is kind of sloping to the upside here. We could come back down for a retest, of course, around 37, but losing and closing any candle below the 21 simple moving average is gonna be leading to further breakdown of various prices across the cryptocurrency markets here. So Bitcoin, being the landlord, is going to be the ultimate decider for the week, out of which a few significant levels here are going to be around 35,500, and this one as well, which is 37,000. In fact, if you'll be looking at some daily closes below 37,000 regions, that would set the small term bias to the downside, which would mean a lot of chop yet again for BTC, and probably some good time for various altcoins as the bias have shifted towards the micro caps to small caps. The interest is kind of fading away from the large caps because most of the highs have been made. In fact, most of the Fibonacci targets have been made. So market could certainly get into a consolidation phase, but Bitcoin, being the ultimate decider of the entire trend, is going to be our key focus for the video today. So here are a few key levels: 39, 37, 35, 500. If you are closing dailies above 39,000, then certain continuation towards the previous all-time high test, which is going to be around 41,000 to 40,500 zones. Now, we did attempt a candle closure above it, but we were simply sent back from those zones. Not really strengthful on these levels here. So had a daily candle closed above 41,000, I think on 6th of February, you could be looking at some fireworks on Bitcoin. But since the last day's candle was a little confusion kind of situation going on here, we could certainly have a follow through in form of consolidation to sideways here. And well, this is going to be setting your bias mostly. Anyways, I will just simply check out the weekly now, and we do have all-time high weekly candle closure again. And well, this could be a simple retest around 38,000 for the previous candle closures, but well, the levels are going to be changing in the weekly time frame, the most significant being 33,000. Now this is certainly a pretty amazing grind formation right here, and these wicks are kind of getting bought up from certain key points, and prices are being sent to the upside, which means buyers are stepping up, buyers are stepping up, and well, formulations of higher lows is the key here. As far as we are maintaining these lows and we are not violating below 30,000, let's say below 28,500, trend is completely fine. Bitcoin being sideways is going to be probably good for your shitcoins. I mean, you could certainly get a hold of some micro caps, and it's gonna go 100x. Dogecoin being the outperformer for the entire year, it seems to me like. And I'm going to be taking a look at Dogecoin in this video, as this is a comprehensive outlook. Let's simply jump onto the 12-hour time frame for Bitcoin, and yep, similar signature here as daily, above the 21 simple moving average right here. But the previous few candles have been a little weak. Most of the candles managing to close red as hammers, as spinning tops, and well, prices being hammered from these levels. It looks like apparently 41,000 now is your key area of significance here. Let me just demarcate this one by a box. 41,000 is going to be, right here, 41,000. 12-hour closure above 41,000, certainly upside, and 12-hour closure below 37,000, certainly some downside, and downside breakage of the structure could lead us to some interesting points, which is 33,000. Coming back to 33,000 is going to be not nice, not not really. And this overall picture is going to be again of consolidation, and we could be formulating a triangle in the mid to long term, in fact, which is going to be extended all the way until April. But I don't think it's going to happen because this is just too much extended. I do not think that the price is just going to head sideways for this long, because most of the institutions are picking up Bitcoin, and I think the supply constantly keeps on running out. So the prices, I personally don't think that there's much incentive for the Bitcoin price to actually dump below 30,000 right now. And if you're maintaining 30,000, that's generally good for the entire cryptocurrency market. All right, Mr. Ethereum to USDT at first, and I guess we did have an all-time high closure. Okay. So Ethereum is officially on a blue sky breakout, as the last candles were a few closures above the all-time highs, but now we have open and closures above the all-time high in terms of the weekly closures, which is around $1,352 levels. We have certainly closed the candle above it, which means we're going to be continuing, which probably means that any pullback all the way down to even 1400 is going to be bought back up. Do not play with leverage here. It's completely pointless. If you see prices around 1400 zones, you could certainly expect this one to get picked up, and could certainly mean some immediate follow through to the upside, because the weekly candle was damn bullish on Ethereum. And let's just simply check out the strength index in the market. Stochastic way up there, snaking up, and kind of bending towards the downside, although it's not confirmed because we just I think it's confirmed. So stochastic, interestingly enough, is pointing towards a little downside to consolidation. Because we are above 80 on the stochastic. Downside happens if the stochastics are below 80. So if you're above 80, stochastics are going to be telling you that the prices are probably going to be consolidating in these zones. Could be a simple retest around 1364. My bad. Ethereum not at 5 digits yet, but probably going to go there pretty soon. Then I could simply use words like 20,000, 15,000, 16,000. That's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Like Thanos. Well, all right. RSI here pretty much neutral. Not telling much. And let's just simply jump onto the daily time frames right here. Now the previous candle was not so good on the daily. Yet again, macro stays to be bullish, and the small time frames like the 12-hour daily, wanting to consolidate, wanting to get reaccumulated in these zones, does not mean that you go and open up your shorts and short this shit to zero, because you're gonna get liquidated probably. There's just too much of buying interest here. The price is just unable to close candles below the major levels. I mean, this shows strength in the market, with the weekly candle closing above the all-time highs. That would certainly signify up move for this entire week. 3-day candle, bullish. Daily candles not so bullish, but consolidation. 12-hour candles, you did get bought back up from the 21 simple on the 12-hour time frame with a huge pin bar, again signifying strength here. Now this candle right here is going to be telling you if the trend is probably going to continue to the downside and test the 21 simple again, or maybe just create a bullish pin bar right here and follow through to the upside here. I believe that we've had the retest of 1500 levels. 1500 was a key breakout point, and 1500 zones were also considered to be previous all-time highs areas, and we have certainly come back and retested it, got bought back right around 1500. Could have been a good potential zone of interest for the buyers coming up, which would mean upside for Ethereum. Losing 1500 on a 12-hour closing basis would certainly mean that we could be coming down around 1350. So 1350, keep an eye on 1350. It's a weekly level. 1350, 1500. So this can be a consolidation zone. If you're looking at 12-hour closures above 1750, then you could talk about $2,000 Ethereum coming this week, which would be pretty amazing to see. Let's check out the 8-hour time frame. The 8-hour was a good buyback opportunity around these levels, and let's simply go into extremely small time frames like 4-hour and hourly. what would you call this? Would you call this a retest and a simple buyback? Well, you could probably argue that, but first and foremost, you want to be looking at the 4-hour candles above the 21 simple moving average for immediate trend continuation behavior. For the time being, this shows a little consolidation to sideways, and maintaining above 1500 is probably it's all right. Ethereum is all right. Ethereum is completely fine here. Ethereum is just doing absolutely fine. Well, check this out. The relative strength index came all the way down at 40. So you're supposed to get picked up from those regions. Like, talking about the macro, how the market, how the buyers are coming in to buy the dips. You are supposed to get picked up from 40 zones, and you did, and it did. Well, this is a good regression line coming on all the way around, well, pretty far actually. $500 on the 4-hour $500 regression line on RSI coming in all the way from 550 USD, and this one got retested right now. So, well, the first and foremost assumption is going to be that this was it. This could have been it. Just keep an eye on 4-hour closures somewhere near 1500. If you're closing below 1500 on 4-hour, then this would mean that probably the RSI regression is going to be breaking down, and we could be looking on some crazy consolidation downside moves on Ethereum, because this RSI regression being a pretty important one, coming all the way around $540. Let me take a sip of black coffee. A lot of people in cryptocurrency markets, they go for black coffee. Mr. Ivan on tech is also like, black coffee, no sugar, no milk. It's pretty much the same right here. So, okay, Ethereum on the short-term time frame, 1750 to the upside, 1500 to the downside. That's your risk management area. And let's simply not complicate the trading, because it does not take any rocket science to make money in crypto markets, which are significantly moving to the upside every single day. So just try to keep things simple. Market is pretty much giving right now, so just take. So, well, it's a pretty neat saying that you take when the market gives, you do not take when the market is not giving. Like, you want to go long on these areas where the market was capitulating from $300 to $100. Like, what would you expect here? The trend was down, and if you constantly long this, like, well, you pretty much lost everything before this massive move to the upside of around 1500%. Yes, Ethereum is up 1500% coming off of the lows around $100. Pretty interesting to see major cryptocurrency doing that in the market. So we could certainly look at some fireworks in this particular financial year. And, well, let's check out the hourly as well. I mean, why not? So, here's the key thing. Like, if you want to be trading hourlies, you better be going out for some higher term moving averages, like the 200 simple on the hourly. 200 simple on the hourly is certainly the trend determiner for the intraday bias, or maybe midterm bias also as well. Like these areas right here, you're getting picked up below the 200 simple moving average on the hourly, is getting reaccumulated, breaking to the upside, and eventually heading up. What did we have here? So this 200 simple moving average was confluent with the breakout region around 1500, and you wigged, and, well, this could have been a pretty interesting buying opportunity. Did you miss it? Let me know in the comments below. Well, you're breaking this grind as well. So as far as the slope of the 200 simple moving average stays to the upside, and the prices are maintaining these levels, so this could be the dip you were looking for on Ethereum. And, well, we can talk about further upside targets all the way around 2200, 2400, 2600. And, well, me personally, I'm targeting around 3000 USD Ethereum, because of well, simple quite weird thesis. In fact, Bitcoin did 120% coming off the all-time highs. If Ethereum does 120% coming off of all-time highs, we go to 3200, 3500. So my personal targets are 3000 USD Ethereum. Now, do not underestimate the upside coming in this market. Certainly Ether could go to 5000, 6000, but you would certainly want to be taking profits. You would not want to be one of those laggards in the market where you don't take any profits and then you cry about it. Constantly hedge your exposure, constantly take profits, constantly do things which a trader is supposed to do. Remember, you are a trader. You you flow like water. You're supposed to flow like water. If the bias shifts to the downside, you're going to be shorting this market. If the bias is to the upside and the conditions are bullish, you're going to be long in the market. These coins are not your wives, so do not stick to them like any other human beings. These are simple virtual assets, and well, making money is your key. Now, well, do not be emotionally involved here. All right. That's enough of rambling for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now we will jump on to Mr. Polka Dot. So dot USDT. Did I just open KuCoin? No, I want some Binance price action. The most liquid exchange right now. Pretty amazing in terms of liquidity. And well, right off, what do I see? It's just like Ethereum testing the 200 simple on the hourly. Why did I start with the hourly, man? All right. Daily candles. As talked in my previous, as I was talking about the Polkadot price action in my previous videos, $20 zones are going to be significant for further continuation move to the upside, and to the downside, daily closures below 18.75 are going to be important. And until then, you are simply range bound in these in these meadows of price action around 20.9 to 18.75. Daily candle closures below that would lead to simple retest of 16.3, and daily candle closures above 20.8 is going to be 25, 30, just so on and so forth, all determined by Fibonacci zones of profit taking. In fact, nothing else. This is how you trade the blue sky breakout. This is how you take profits in a blue sky breakout. If you're investment long on Polkadot, it's probably going to do amazing in the coming years. It's just the ecosystem keeps on growing. The market participation for Polkadot as a whole keeps on increasing. Liquidity keeps on flowing into this one. So if you're investment long on this one, just probably hold it. Just probably hold it. Watch for some key levels around $10. If you lose $10, then well, you could certainly come for lower prices to be investment long on Polkadot. For the time being, this structure looks perfect to me. Nothing wrong with this. Let's check out the weekly. Yeah, all-time high closure could be a retest here for a further continuation move to the upside. The strength, not much history coming around on the week. 3-day time frame. Well, not that strengthful. Daily RSI creating a grind, actually. Grind being this one, and from the bottom side being this one. So to keep an eye on this particular squeeze. If you break below, then you could be looking at some consolidation downside. If you lose the 60 on the relative strength index, stochastic currently crossing to the downside, but it could certainly snake around for a while. So these indicators are not going to help you much. Levels and zones are going to help you on Mr. Polkadot. So always remember, when the momentum oscillators are kind of giving you mixed signals, you simplify your trading. You look at key levels of interest. The number one being 18.75 to the downside, and to the upside being 20.85. Well, either way the candle closes, the bias is going to be set for the coming days and maybe even weeks. Well, Polkadot, that's pretty much about Polkadot. Let's check out Cardano as well. Cardano is being outperforming quite a lot of altcoins, doing really amazing. The daily time frame certainly looks bullish. I mean, who would not love this chart? I mean, starting from breaking after the November consolidation right here, you're up. You're significantly up. You're up 500%. Ain't that amazing? That's pretty amazing. For Binance, we have closed. We are just simply on a blue sky breakout for Binance. Let me just see if you have some more historical price action. Yep. So Cardano against USD has its all-time high around 1.3. We are probably headed there. I mean, yeah, Cardano is probably headed to above $1 or something, which is yet another 100% from these levels. You could consolidate here. You could reformulate your flagging pattern, and then you could simply head to the upside here. But yep, I mean, Cardano certainly looks amazing. Looks pretty interesting right here. Your key level, which was breached to the upside, was this one. Breakout coming at 3rd of February, and as expected, the follow through is there. The target being all-time high for the US dollar pair, which is around 1.3559. Pretty amazing to see this. Cardano's my good Cardanos. All right. If we get into some blue sky breakout action, just like Ethereum is going to get into that pretty soon, you could be looking at 2.2, 3.4. Man, these price levels are just crazy. Coming off around 3 cents, 2 cents. I mean, you're looking at $1. It's 100x already. I mean, this is interesting, pretty interesting to see. So, well, your targets are going to be on these levels. If you're looking at blue sky breakout, would be pretty interesting. But that blue sky breakout thesis is going to be invalidated if you start closing daily candles below 0.55, which is a key Fibonacci level around key Fibonacci level, that is 0.382. So if you're closing candles below 0.382 again, then you could certainly look at some price action to the downside here. But for the time being, this looks good. This looks good for a retest of all-time highs and probably even beyond. As far as you're maintaining 0.55, while this train is moving quite fast, so the risk to reward opportunity is not going to be that interesting, to be honest. I mean, you could have been inside this trend while this was consolidating on these zones right here, and the eventual distribution to the upside would have given you profits. But well, this is on the move right now. Okay, let's check the hourlies, the extremely small time frames. Yeah, the 200 simple moving average, pretty strengthful right here. The 4-hour time frame. Well, you're getting accumulated of the 4-hour 200 here, and just like simply blasting off to the upside. Very nice pattern. In fact, I love trading these patterns. I love trading these squeeze, which reminds me, such squeeze are happening around a lot of cryptocurrencies in the market. Ethereum doing something like this for a reaccumulation move to the upside here, and well, these kind of squeeze with the market being overall bullish is pretty interesting. In fact, they do work out is what I want to say. ADA BTC would be looking interesting as well. Wow, what's up? What is up? Did we simply lost the internet connection or what? All right, ADA BTC. Hello, TradingView. Okay, there we go. Wow. Okay, the BTC pair looking amazing as well. Simply starting off at the macro. The 3-day, wow. Ever since we left this reaccumulation zone around 1,000 satoshis, we have been simply heading high, testing 1800 levels, which we did not quite get close to in the previous run and the previous echo bull for Cardano against Bitcoin. But this one looking nice. This one looking pretty amazing right here. Apologies. If you want to be looking at a few candle closes above 1800 to 1850, you could be looking at some further price action to the upside here. These being your key levels and ultimately going to the all-time highs for the BTC pair. Well, Cardano ecosystem keeps on growing. The participation keeps on increasing. You could be looking at some upside of 400% against Bitcoin, which would be nice. Everybody loves these kind of gains, right? Cardano being a hedge against Ethereum. Well, that's been the general trend for Cardano. If Ethereum is doing well in the market, and well, if Ethereum is constantly doing well in the market, Cardano will certainly pick up from the behind, and it'll just probably surpass a lot of other altcoins as well. That's why one of the key cryptos to be having. I'm going to certainly make a few more Cardano related videos in the coming days and weeks, so that you can analyze these things better and determine your risk to rewards on a personal level. For the time being, certainly everything for Cardano is bullish. I don't see any incentivization for this one to break down and just simply go to zero. If you're holding it, congratulations. If you're not holding it, well, you got other opportunities as well in the market, not to be worried about. Okay, Dogecoin. Dogecoin right here. Elon Musk being the owner. I mean, it's just a meme. Elon Musk endorsing Dogecoin is just out of the blues. Pretty weird. I don't even know what to say for that. But Dogecoin, I mean, this one is going to meme into so many things, man. Dogecoin just going to all-time highs, doing 1000x this year. Not 1000. They're doing 100x this year. Pretty amazing, right? Wow. Okay. Oh, all right. This it's actually quite weird to see how the interest keeps on flowing into Dogecoin, and ever since we have broken above this grind line with a bullish engulf, you are continuing to the upside. And well, let's get into the small time frames, because the bigger time frames are not gonna help you define your risk management strategies for Dogecoin, because Elon Musk says buy Dogecoin, the world is gonna buy Dogecoin. This is how it works. This one is gonna be memed into one of the major altcoins, man. I mean, this shows what kind of world that we live in. Cryptocurrency is getting memed into top 10. But absolutely, this one is not even DeFi. Like, you do not have anything working on Dogecoin, right? I mean, it's just a coin. It's just a meme. You have a doggy on a coin. That's all it is. Still headed high. Market has interest, market has eyes on it. So if you want to be trading this, you can certainly trade this because it is trending, right? And you are a trader, remember that. Okay, let's take a look on the small time frames. If you want to be trading this, the early 200 sloping to the upside, the early 21 simple also sloping to the upside, getting bought back from these levels on the early 21 around 0.067 cents actually. Okay, let's get into the extreme small time frames. All right, so this is one of the key things which I also want to talk to you guys about. How do you trade the immediate trend? Like, how do you jump into a vehicle when the vehicle is moving and wanting to trend immediately? You look at the 10-minute time frame. It works surprisingly well all across crypto markets. I mean, if you notice the price action around the 200 moving average in the 10-minute time frame, you certainly would see a lot of activities. You break below it, you go for a good downturn, you get reaccumulated here, you go for an uptrend. And similarly on this point right here, you had a retest right on these levels, and then you're up 10%. So if you want to be trading intraday, especially this stupid meme, you could be looking at the 10-minute 200 simple to determine your trades. And well, 10% coming off in a few candles, like 5 of them is good. It's certainly good. You put you take a $10,000 position right here, you go for a 10% gains. That's $1,000 return on, like, $1,000 return in just an hour would make sense to me. And having an extremely tight stop loss around the 200 simple would have been a good decision for this particular trade right here. Also, well, this is extremely small time frame analysis. Probably the grind would have broken to the upside or the downside by the time I upload this video. And which reminds me, this video has been really long. I don't even know if you're sticking around for this video for this amount of time. If you are, I fucking love you. Okay, let's jump on to Litecoin USDT. Litecoin being the laggard, Mr. Laggard for the entire crypto market. Why am I on the 10-minute time frame here? I'm just not doing it. Okay, right off you do see this reaccumulation pattern being formulated between this range and this range to the downside here. 180, 121. It looks to me like you're getting accumulated here. And any breakage below 120 is going to be leading to catastrophic move to the downside, and any breakage above 185 on well, this is hourly. Let's just simply confirm it on the 12-hour time frame. Yep. If you close any candle above 185 on the 12-hour time frame, you go for your all-time high retest. Apparently something which Litecoin has not done, and rest of the market has simply blasted past off the all-time highs. Well, do not be disappointed. Keep on holding it. Everything's gonna go up. Patience is required, and you know, as far as you're maintaining the 200 simple on the 12-hour time frame, it's good. Nothing wrong with Litecoin as well. Stay investment long. This range is probably gonna be reducing its volatility and then probably resolving its way, just like how the HV, the historical volatility, is kind of shrinking. And well, this means consolidation to sideways. If you start seeing something like this, like coming off of the extreme low in the HV, you could pinpoint the trend to the upside or the downside. Now, historical volatility is not going to be directional indicator. It's just going to tell you that the volatility is going to expand either to the upside or the downside. So it's not a directional indicator. It's just a trend indicator. Pretty important one as well. VPVR and HV, pretty important. Well, VPVR is there for no good for the timing. I'll just simply shut it off. Stochastic coming down. RSI not really strengthful, rejecting the 60. Still not looking good. Still wants to consolidate. Still far from breaking out to the upside. But certainly keep an eye on these levels as well. 12-hour closure above 164 would lead to 183. Closure above 183 is going to lead to 200, 220, 50, 300, and so on and so forth. All-time highs around 400. It's going to be good. Okay, all right. Done with Litecoin. We're going to be checking out some Monero's XMR USDT on Poloniex, in fact, because of the larger history. Okay. Trending to the upside. Got bought back around. Wow, this was a major buying opportunity right here. Did you buy? Did you buy it? Leave your trade in the comments below. So I'll talk about Monero. Like, if I see a lot of interest coming on Monero, I will certainly make videos about XMR as well. So, well, this looks to me like a major buying opportunity right here around 134. Currently trading at 150. Kind of similar to Litecoin, but Monero being a better player in terms of fundamentals, this one is supposed to do better as compared to Litecoin. So this looks to me like reaccumulation right here. I mean, losing 125, similar to Litecoin. Wow, this is actually pretty much similar to Litecoin. You can, wow, this is so much fun, right? You can trade Litecoin and XMR, like the exact same trades, and you can make gains two ways. Pretty interesting. So if you're looking at any candle closes below the 12 hour below 125, you could be looking at some breakdown. And if you are closing 12 hour above 185, just like Litecoin, you're going to be looking at some further continuation moves the upside around 250, 260, 300, and so on and so forth. And well, this was a buying opportunity. Could be a good, like, we should not lose this level right here. If you are losing 130 and closing few 12 hours below 130, it's going to be pretty much distribution from this level. And well, until you're maintaining this, all-time highs for Monero are in play around 450 USD, which is approximately 210% to the upside. Good trade this one as well. Let's formulate some Fibonacci zones of interest as well. The 0.382 coming in at 200 and 0.618 coming in at 300. Wow, neat. neat, Mr. Monero. Pretty neat. All right, 3-day time frame. The macro looking good. Getting stretched away from the 21 simple and moving away from the 200 simple as well. Wanting to just go. This price action is pretty interesting, and I would certainly be keeping an eye on these particular levels, because as far as we're closing 3-day candles above 120, XMR is simply poised for a move towards the all-time highs, just like Cardano and rest of the cryptocurrency market. And well, this entire range in the extremely big time frames is just reaccumulation like Bitcoin. Wow, in the macro and the long term, you could be looking at a 4-digit Monero, 4-digit. Well, 5 digits is going to be just too far-fetched, but you could look at 4-digit Monero. As this looks to me like reaccumulation on the extremely higher time frames. Let's check out the bi-monthly. In fact, yeah, bi-monthly is flagging out. Bi-monthly was a simple reaccumulation coming off of these regions, and the 21 simple is holding the prices which just got formulated. And well, this looks to me like a reaccumulation on the tops. And well, let's try to determine a few targets here. Let's see if this one can help. Not on the logarithmic scale. My bad. We have to jump into some, wow, well, the picture changes. The picture quite changes on the arithmetic scale. So logarithmic scale is what we're going to be talking about on the higher time frames. This looks to me like a reaccumulation, and you could start closing candles above the all-time highs anytime on the bi-monthly, and then you could simply start trending to the upside. So this one being a good investment opportunity right here. Monero, pretty less amount of downside, pretty good amount of upside, to be honest. You could be investment long on this one, and the key levels being 120, 200, 300, and so on and so forth. Monero looking good. Let's see what XMR is doing against BTC. What did I just type? On Poloniex, because we're looking at the long term. Wow. All right, this is a breakdown. So BTC pair is breakdown. Wow, quite confusing this one, eh? BTC pair breaking down, BTC pair not being strengthful at all, you could go for a full retracement. Well, this is a key interest point here. This is a zone of key interest, because this was your previous accumulation range coming on around October of 2014, ranging about August of 2016. So you're back into the reaccumulation range from literally 6 years ago. What do you expect? If XMR has any good fundamentals, you could simply get picked up and you could start reversing a trend finally. I mean, this chart reminds me of Litecoin against Ethereum, in fact, to be honest. XMR could get picked up here. Keep an eye on XMR BTC as well. Losing this level would certainly mean that you're better off holding Bitcoin than XMR. And well, gaining this level, did I just set an alert right here? Not really a good choice. All right, gaining this level, which is around 600,000 satoshis on 3-day closure basis, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be like a retest of the reaccumulation zone, and then you would want to test the highs of the BTC pair on XMR, which could lead to price action. Wow, which could lead to a 700% gains against Bitcoin. But for that to formulate, a lot of things have to happen. XMR has to hold this area and has to regain the 600,000 satoshi zones. All right, that's enough for XMR as well. Let's jump on to total market capital. Blue sky breakout, a retest of the all-time highs, continuing to the upside. 3-day looking bullish, weekly looking bullish as well. Amazingly bullish, in fact. Cryptocurrency markets, like, the game is on, man. Game is freaking on. If you're not invested in crypto markets, what are you even doing with your life? It's like free money. It's like free investment opportunities, like literally. Well, the total crypto cap suggesting that we are simply going to be just continuing the trend, but we got to be attentive around the 800 billion. Wow, we are actually quite above a trillion market cap, which is quite interesting. A trillion market cap for cryptocurrencies. Well, cryptocurrencies are getting there. Cryptocurrencies are getting there. I mean, yeah. Let's talk about revolutionizing the financial system, bitches. Okay, key levels on the total market cap is going to be around 800 billion. Breaking below that could lead to some catastrophic moves across all the cryptocurrency market, and we could be consolidating along the 21 simple, in fact, on the weekly time frame. But as far as we are engulfing bullish and printing all-time highs, there's just simply no reason to be bearish right here. This is trend on. Are you a bear right now? You're pretty much losing all the money in the market. Let's go to total 2. This is the market cap minus Bitcoin. Okay, pretty interesting. Wow, we had the first weekly candle closure above the all-time high. Amazing. Pretty amazing. In fact, I can't stop saying amazing, because this is a big deal. This is actually a big deal. The total cryptocurrency capital excluding Bitcoin is also closing above the all-time high. So yeah, suggesting even further continuation for all the altcoins. Keep on accumulating on the dips. Because we are looking at something like this coming here. Well, of course not 5,000 billion. No, 45,000 billion. Of course not. Could reach there. If the entire money in the world flows into cryptocurrencies, yeah, you could go there. Which is suspected in terms of investment, like Bitcoin being the father of investment coming on this decade. Well, you could look at this particular decade starting at 2022 be even amazing, like way amazing than what cryptocurrencies have done in the past 10 years. Enough of rambling about fundamentals and like being bullish here. I think that's pretty much about it. This one was very long. I should refrain from making long videos, but well, thanks for joining in my one-sided conversation. And I hope to catch you guys on the next one pretty soon. Bye for now.